So in our creator's latest update, Riventides, we did indeed get two new items called the Crash Mat and also the Powered Descender, and I genuinely think that we have been using these two items wrong. So let me show you exactly why. So we're going to test out all the new items today. We're going to start off with the Crash Mat. So with the new Crash Mat item in our creators, you can indeed throw this thing down on the ground and it will indeed reduce the fall damage that you are going to take when you land. So let's throw this down here. We are indeed on top of the test annex, which is a very good example of how the Crash Mat works. So you can just throw it down onto the ground like so, and then you can land down on top of it and it will indeed reduce your fall damage. As you've just seen, I lost about 1 to 2 HP there. Very little amount of HP was lost, whereas if I dropped off without the Crash Mat, I would lose a ton of HP. Now the Crash Mat does indeed have a cooldown of about 10 seconds. So when you throw it from when it deflates, it is around 10 seconds. So that's how long you have to jump on it before it deflates. Now you can indeed also shoot it. So if you see another raider throw one down, you can indeed shoot it and it will deflate, making it basically unusable for them. So another really good thing about the new Crash Mat is if you're stuck in locations like on top of the test annex and you want to get down to the extraction, you can just indeed throw one down, run and jump, land on it, and it will really reduce the fall damage. From that height down to here, I would have been more than likely on the sliver of health. I would have been almost dead. So with the Powered Descender, to be able to get from the top of the control tower down to the bottom, you kind of need to land a small bit early, otherwise you're going to take a huge amount of fall damage and more than likely die. So I've also tried multiple times to jump from the top of the spaceport tower to see if I could survive that fall, and it absolutely does not work. Let's see, can I get us down to the bottom? I don't know, this is risky. No, it won't. Doesn't last. Doesn't last. So it doesn't really seem to matter what way you do it. Even if you wait a couple of seconds to press down on the button to activate the Power Descender, it still does not work from the top of the tower. There is just too much velocity. Alright, let's go. Let's see if we can make it the full way down to the very bottom. Yeah. That doesn't work. Interesting. So while the Power Descender is mainly used from jumping off buildings and getting from one spot to the other, you can also use it to get around that little bit quicker as well. As you see here, I can jump out of the tunnel and get down to the bottom just that little bit quicker. So with the cooldown of the Crash Mat being about 10 seconds and also the cooldown of the Power Descender being in around the same, it got me wondering if we could use both items at the same time to be able to survive these massive falls. So let's test that out. So I am like 100% sure if you combine both of these two new items, the Power Descender and the Crash Mat, you can indeed get down from the very top of the space tower building. So let's throw this one down here. All we gotta do is wait for that to hit the floor. Now we're going to drop. That is how you survive, like that. Combining both of these together will indeed get you down from the very top of the launch tower building on Spaceport. So I know a lot of people were complaining about the fact that the Powered Descender couldn't get you all the way down. If you think about it, it would be a little bit OP if it could. So all you need to do is combine both of these together. Takes a little bit of skill, but once you get used to it, you'll be able to nail it every single time. So we also have the next biggest building in the game, which is indeed the Control Tower A6. And I am almost 99% sure that we can indeed get down off this building without even combining both items. I'm pretty sure that the good old Powered Descender will indeed get us all the way down. I don't think this building is bigger than the Battlegrounds building, but nonetheless, let's climb up to the top and test it out. Alright, so I have indeed brought the control tower A6 key here with me. I do indeed have it in my pocket. So let's unlock this door. Now we can make our way up to the very top. We have an extraction here as well, the control hatch, just in case this goes wrong. Okay, so we have indeed made it up here to the very top of the control tower A6. Man, look at the size difference in these two buildings. So what we're going to do here is let's jump towards the extraction side, which is down here. I think we should be pretty good here, to be honest. Let's make a run for it. Yeah, pretty good. You can 100% survive from the very top of the control tower A6 building using the new power descender. Now, I also want to make my way back up here to the very top just to see how well we can cross over from this building onto the next one. So let's climb out here. Now, there actually is a little backpack here that I forgot to loot earlier, so let me just come around this side first. Just in case you didn't know it, now you know. The two items I need out of that. Alright, so if we come to this little spot here, it's equip or power descender. Now, we have this building down here. Let's see how well we can make it onto that. Drop off. Okay, so it's going to be direct down. There's not much control in it to coming down there. There's not much control in it. I was hoping we could have been able to make it onto this roof. Maybe if we ran and jumped. Let's try it one more time here. Alright, once again, we've made our way back onto the roof. This time we're going to make a little bit of a jump for it, and we're going to try and land onto the higher part up here. So let's back up a little bit. Alright, we have our power descender here ready. Let's make a little run for it. Make a little jump. Yeah, so there's not much control in it, but still, we got down fairly handy that time. I reckon with a little bit more practice, we might actually be able to make it onto the roof of this old building here. I can bet that there is tons of more tech with this thing. I can guarantee there's loads. Just by messing about with it, I can get the feeling that there is actually going to be loads of little tech with this. But that's what I found anyway, and I really hope that this helps you out, guys. I've given the key to get from the top of the space tower control building while using our descender. So that is indeed the best way to use the two new items that have been added into Ark Raiders. That is indeed all for now, guys. Stay safe out there, and I shall talk to you in the next one.